Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, and today I'm going to try to introduce you a little better to my biohacking channel. It's called Shorts, meaning little short videos, less than a minute. Short Biohacking by Andy Lee Graham. That's the name of the channel. But you can find it by going to my Andy Lee Graham channel, and in the bottom of the channel there will be a link, and I'm going to show you what to look for. Oh, keeps my internet in this library is not very good. Don't always expect the libraries to be perfect, but so what I have is a short. It's called Shorts Biohacking Health Tips by Andy Lee Graham. Shorts Biohacking Health Tips by Andy Lee Graham, and I'm trying to show you the logo that I have there. It's really Leonardo da Vinci's Perfect Man. He shows the symmetry of the human body. And then I got it in yellow, okay? But what I've done is collected a database in Google Sheets, and you can go look at this database, okay? And this database is open to the public. You're not going to be able to do much other than click on the links and go to it. But first, let's show you the channel. So the channel has this little round guy. He's kind of accentuated. He's real bright. And that's what you're looking for if you're looking on my main channel. Okay, and the main channel is Andy Lee Graham, Global Citizen. Okay, but nonetheless, that's at the bottom. Now, the problem here is the dumb phone or the smartphone causes unbelievable amounts of problems for collecting knowledge. I guess in a way, a pad or one of these pads is a little better. Okay, but to me, I have actually two computers. Okay, I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 phones and 2 computers, and I use the one outside when I'm traveling around the city or whatever. Then I use the other one as a permanent. I leave them on 24 hours a day. Well, not the one that I'm carrying into McDonald's or some place. Like McDonald's is almost a perfect place as a digital nomad. So always got plugs, and it's set up for people with plugs, and it's got high-speed internet. The library is a little more difficult because the seating's a little difficult unless you really like to have kind of uncomfortable seats. But every library is different, okay? Okay, but you're looking for this Shorts Biohacking Health Tip. And what I've collected is playlists. So I'm going to try to show you what a playlist is right now. A playlist is like this. This one is called Playlist Cholesterol. And what you can do is there's normally a picture right here where this black spot is, but it's not showing up. But you can hit play all, and what it'll do is it'll start playing videos. And then it'll go over here on the right, you'll see the next videos, and you can skip around. So that's the first video in this list on cholesterol. The second one is egg yolks.
Today we're going to talk about.
And so you can go right down. There's not that many videos in this particular playlist, but this is called a playlist, and I've got them all labeled playlist, okay?
Low blood sugar.
So if you see the word playlist cholesterol, that means I've collected it. And it's taken me a long time to add the word playlist in front of it because I didn't really know where this was going when I started. But what's more important is YouTube confounds everything. You can't just go to my channel and find all these playlists unless you want to do randomly. So what the reason why I collect these playlists is because, in a sense, knowledge is not remembering knowledge that is important. It's really the ability to recall knowledge. So if you're going to learn something, the ability to go back to the initial thing, so you're very correct in your research in a way. Now, a lot of people think that YouTube videos on health are kind of worthless, but the place where they steal these things, they do a lot of these guys, especially like Thomas DeLauer, whatever his name is, Thomas DeLauer. What he does is he goes and reads the studies, and then he rewrites it. So a lot of these, especially the ones that I'm keying in on, are actually research studies that are put into layman's terms, okay? And that's what the value of them is. They try to explain it in analogies and metaphors and all these different things so you can understand it. So I've got all these playlists, but because Google and YouTube confound you, I have created a playlist of all, a Google Sheets. I'm sorry, it's a database called Google Sheets, and so I'm going to show you that right now. So what you got here is a database, right? Let's see if it's showing up good. This database, if you hit Control F on a PC, there's probably a feature on thing. This is an open database. It's to the public, and there's a search thing. It comes up here. I'm like keying in a lot right on heart because I may have had a heart attack. Looks like pretty positive. So the word heart here, and I can do it, but it's also alphabetical. So you can search through the database, but you can just go down the database and search for different topics. So we have hyperbolic baric chambers. I still have a lot of duplicates here, but keto vegetables, knee replacement, knowledge, fatty liver, superfoods. So I have hundreds of topics. There's probably at least 300 of these playlists that I've collected. So let's go back to the heart. So a lot of you want to know how to prevent heart attack prevention. So right here is heart attack prevention. You go over to the link, you click on it, and then it'll show you a little link below, and then you click on that. Then it'll open up the playlist. Okay, then it's going to, I haven't put many descriptions. All I've put in the description is my telephone number, my name, and my Patreon. Okay, so this is my heart attack playlist. Okay, so it's called Playlist Heart Attack Prevention, right? So I've got about 6 or 8 different topics, and I try to cross-reference them in the database so that, this will just keep improving because I've been doing this for years. Okay, this is not a new. So you think if each one of these databases has just 5, I got 300 times 5, right? So that's 150 different videos. No, wait a minute, 300 times 5, yeah, about that I've watched, but I've categorized, and I don't put just any video. I try to do it. So like this particular playlist has 8 videos. You can see it over here on the left. But if you hit the word play, you can share it over here. You can say play all, right? So there's a play all thing, and then if you hit play all, it'll start going down the list. Now I have a list of about 30 or 40 different health experts that I'm constantly monitoring, and then I try to sort it a little bit by what is the best one. Okay, the best like the number one topic right now is the best remedy to prevent heart attack. So you can hit play all, and what it'll do is it'll start going through the titles. So here's your titles over here, right? Talk about. This is Eric Berg, right? Very famous person. Got about 5 million people. These guys are pretty good here. They're kind of keying in a lot. We got Richard Gundry. Is that right? Richard Gundry. He's really good. And so I've got all these topics, and I keep adding kind of the best of the best videos. What is the goal here? The goal is that you have a specific medical problem, okay? Like I'm doing a lot of search on chemo recovery because I made this video when I cut all my hair down off, trying to explain that this is what my sister looked like. And I cut all my hair, and then I tried to appeal to all these health people. But they have not made any videos, and I haven't really been able to make anything. And I am going to have to do most of the research here. When you have chemo or you have a heart attack or whatever, they're always talking about prevention on these things, and they're not being what they're not really dealing with normal people. And this is the problem. Normal people don't eat perfectly. We're human, right? If I ate the way Eric Berg would require, or Thomas DeLauer, or any of these guys, it would be so expensive you could hardly do it. It'd take up so much time just to buy this food. Now, don't get me wrong, Thomas DeLauer is making money by recommending companies that deliver it to your house. And right now, in a lot of ways, Amazon is much better with Prime. You can, like I just ordered some flax seeds. And what's the value of flaxseed? I ordered the whole flaxseed. flaxseed actually lowers your blood pressure over time if you take like one spoonful a day. But I wanted more to have whole flaxseed because it's high in fiber, and high in fiber means that I should, if I eat a spoonful of fiber before I eat food, the glucose spike will be lower and my insulin spike will be lower. So this is a good way to lower your glucose and do it. But to diet, you have to keep the you have to get all the glucose out of your body before you can even start to lose weight. Okay, but I have topics like fasting. I have all these different things, and it's really valuable because you can search. And if you want, you can write me on topics, and I'll go read about it because I have endless curiosity. Okay, so I'm more than willing to make a playlist for you, no charge, no thing, and then try to tell you to monitor this database, and it's all going to be alphabetical. The first word will always be playlist because what I want to know is when they click on this link that they know they're clicking on a playlist, so that I can defrag in a way the see, all these channels are meant to, the algorithm pushes you towards their companies that they want to advertise. So there's a constant brainwashing you, pushing you to something that you don't necessarily care about. Like I actually have in my Chrome, I have an extension that blocks a lot of the advertising. And of course, in YouTube, they're making a lot more advertising so that you'll buy this, I don't know, $7 a month feature. And I would love to buy it. The problem is I got about 15 channels and I really flip around all of them according to the topics because I study things by topic, and then I also have a very extensive uh, what do you call it, favorites or bookmarks, and categorizing things too. The hard part here is to cross-reference them in 3 or 4 different places so you can always find them and search for them. The playlist search does not work on YouTube. So you can't just go to my channel and do it. That's the reason why I created the thing. And anybody that's doing serious research should understand how to use a database and have a computer. Okay, I really feel that you're depriving yourself of intelligence by just using a smartphone. And I mean, yes, what I've found, and one of the things I do in the United States, which is highly different than anywhere else, is I'm in a car a lot, so I'm often in a 30-minute drive. Okay, so I'll put on a video and I'll listen to a video as I'm driving down the road. I hang it up on my visor in a way, and I got a way to do it. So I always have a set. And like right now on this channel, I have a bunch of what I call long videos. I actually calling them playlists for sunbathing, so that when I go lay in the sun and get my vitamin D, I'm not a person that believes that the sun is dangerous to you. I believe that the sun is a pre-hormone that is what the body needs, and I believe that most of skin cancer has nothing to do with the sun. It has everything to do with the chemicals on your body. I'm very, very happy that I cut all my hair off because I haven't had any chemicals on my body other than carbon monoxide from the thing. And I don't live in a big city, right? Carbon monoxide is from the exhaust of cars, right? But these playlists are pretty cool. I can't really turn them on because there's a what do you call it, a copyright problem, right? If I put these in there. But you can see that I've collected them, and then I've got various topics, right? So the playlist, but let's see, where did I put I'm pretty sure, yeah, right on there's a description in the thing, and you can go to the spreadsheet directly as the first link. I have 5 links listed in my thing. Now that is very difficult stuff to do on a smartphone, but there's a link in there, and once you get into that link, you're going to have to email it to yourself or something like that, so you can always refer to it. Whenever I'm trying to collect a link, I often just email it, especially on a smartphone. I'll share it and I'll email it to myself. They're trying to do this on WhatsApp, but it doesn't work very good. But there's different ways to save links. Knowledge is only as value as the value you collect it. So you could, with my database, you could say Andy knee replacements, and you can go watch 10, 15 videos on knee replacement. You can sit there and say, I'm having a cardiac catheterization real soon, and you can go, I will have videos on that. There's many topics, from earthing, like the idea that you're walking in the, see, when you walk in the grass, the electricity of your body kind of equalizes, and it is grounded in a way, and it's called earthing, and it's a way of taking your body. Your body's electrical, okay? And like I have a lot of things right now on how the electricity is charged in your body. It's a combination of four minerals or something: calcium, potassium, salt, sodium, and something else. But these four things create the electrical synapse. So the supplements of getting your brain to work really good. So I have a lot of stuff on dementia, okay? And I'm very, I do a lot of research on the mind. Why? My father had prostate cancer, and there's a lot of stuff on that. But when he had prostate cancer, he was taking chemo, and they were destroying his brain. In a lot of ways, the statin medicines and all the different blood pressure medicines are depriving your brain of oxygen and things like that. You have to be real careful, because the medicines, the side effects is you become dumb, okay? And my theory is that you have to first work on your brain all the time. The brain is one of the energy gluttons of the body. It uses up a lot of energy, okay? So what you got to do is first study the brain, keep the brain working, and keep the rest of your body working. But the number one culprit is always sugar, and people just do not understand sugars. You have monosaccharide, disaccharides, and polysaccharides, and they're all sugars. A polysaccharide is fat. That's a complex sugar. Monosaccharide is like glucose and Coca-Cola and all these things. Disaccharides are bread. Breads, any kind of bread and grain and stuff, is really a sugar, okay? It's an easily processed sugar. And the body cannot lose weight in the presence of insulin. So every time you put some sugar in your body, any kind you put food in your body, you get an insulin rush. This is why intermittent fasting. I'm actually on a every other day diet with an OMAD, 1 meal a day. So I'm losing weight really easily by only eating in like a 3 or 4 hour window every other day. So I have almost, I don't know, 20 some hours of thing. But this database is very valuable for everybody, because I've pre-collected all the videos so that you don't have to go search and go through the advertising and then always be tempted to go to something else. You're still going to have the advertisements, and you're going to have to hit that skip thing. And I highly recommend you always hit the skip button on any of the YouTube videos, because they're not really monitored. They're not really to be trusted. Okay, there's so much spent. So back to the channel. Here's the channel. It says Shorts BioHacking. So what I'm doing is I'm created a few real shorts, less than 1 minute videos. I haven't got that many yet, and I don't know. I'm not a guy that really, I'm making more and more, but subscribe to the channel, become a patron. If you really want to work with me as like a partner in crime, in a way, the mental synergy, the mastermind alliance, you can become a Patreon. A Patreon is a person that pays like $5 a month. You can pay $5, $25. If you pay $100 a month, I'll eventually come and see you, okay? And this is very valuable to me, because it pays to keep me talking. It's very difficult anymore to make money with these channels, because they're pretty much shadow. They don't want me because I talk about too many different subjects. The only channels that really work any good and making any money is like a beautiful girl with her midriff showing and riding a motorcycle. These guys like to send me those videos. I said, I don't watch this stupid stuff. Okay, this is a source of information for you. Okay, the reason why I did it is because when I'm learning, I start writing a book. When I'm doing anything, I start collecting data, and then the amorphic data, I start seeing patterns, and I create an understanding of the subject I have. And when you save something, or you do any action on knowledge, that action is what stimulates the brain to like create all the connections to have you remember it. Just literally just watching a video by itself is not very valuable. But if a video is good enough, really spectacular, you ought to watch it 2 or 3 times. I have certain videos that I've watched as many as 15 times. Why? because I really want to understand all the corners and the understanding. Learning by videos is a little more difficult than reading. Reading is kind of a little more visual. See, the words go visually into your brain and kind of create a little stamp in your brain. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. This is my database, and I'm sharing it with you. And I'd love to have you be on Patreon. And I'm having these chat things that I'm trying to understand how they work on Patreon. The Patreon link is in absolutely every one of my. I'm pretty sure they're in all on the main channel, Andy Graham, Global Citizen, Andy Lee Graham, Global Citizen channel. I should probably show you that channel just before I go, because some of you, but if you subscribe, it's a little easier to do it. If you become a Patreon, I'm sending emails. I'm writing a book on the philosophy of right now, and if anybody would like to follow along in that book, The Philosophy of, every time I write a chapter. I'm not a guy that cares about money much. Okay? I really don't. So what the Patreon does is just keeps me doing it. I'm going to go to Israel for sure, and it's really I'm looking forward to going to Israel. The reason why the advertisers don't like me, they don't like you to, they can only deal well. They choose a channel and they can only deal with a one. They don't do well with polyglots. I'm a polyglot. I'm a multifaceted person. They don't deal well with that. Plus, anytime you don't say anything that's strictly along the party line, they shadow ban you. Okay, so I hardly have any growth in my channel. It used to be like 400 or 500 people a month because they're constantly stealing and moving the people away from my channel. Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you my main channel, which is, I'm kind of dyslexic, so I always mix up these words, what I call it, and I've changed all of them because I'm a global citizen. I've lived in 114 countries, and I've been doing it for 26 years. So it's called Andy, a global citizen, 100 plus country, 25 plus years. And this is where I'm putting this video right now. I may publish it concurrently on the BioHacking channel, but it's never clear because these channels work independently, and they can give myself a copyright violation for using my same self against, so I can have a copyright violation against myself. There's all sorts of ways to discourage people from making money because they're really trying to get everybody to have an overwhelming amount of advertising so that they buy the monthly service, like sort of like Netflix or Hulu's or all these pay for it. I actually subscribe to the Prime thing for Amazon, and the videos are very difficult. They really are just totally random, and they're always trying to switch you over to the thing. I'm very fortunate. It seems like I can use Prime when I'm in the United States and cancel it on leaving, because I buy a lot more products from Prime, because a lot of products, probably almost one a day, because the cost variance really saves me the gas of going there, the time of going there, and I can get a better quality selection faster. And I'm always buying some products that really are not sold for the general population. I just, like today, I bought whole flax seeds. I can buy flax seeds, ground flax seeds, real easy, but whole flax seeds are good for going. What I'm going to do is, before I go eat any kind of sad diet, standard American diet, I'm going to eat some fiber. By eating the fiber, it lowers the glucose spike. There's all these things, and they're really strategically thing. But to learn a strategy is very difficult because you kind of have to watch like 10 different videos before it sort of sinks in. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I'm here, and you're not. Why not? You're going to see that I'm always going to be wearing white. I'm almost buying 100% cotton clothing as best I can. Man, do they mix this up. They'll say 100% cotton, but it's got 25% polyester. The plastic, as best I can understand, we're getting between like one plastic credit card, a plastic into your body a month, okay? Maybe a week. I mean, everybody comes up with these things, and it's journalism. Journalism is when somebody takes one topic and they churn it all over the internet. You see this constantly in the newspapers one person does all the research and they rewrite it in their words and they churn it and they don't actually have to do the research. But journalism is just a form of lazy journalist. But as a rule, never trust anybody that obviously lies. Okay, if you're watching a YouTube channel and they're obviously lying, like none of the playlists I've got have obvious liars. Now they may stretch the thing, a lot of them have these thumbnails that are a little too clickbait, but they're mostly telling the truth. I'm not saying they're thing, but there's just outrageous liars like people that are saying things like I don't know. There's things like defund the police. Anybody that's writing about defund the police is normally they're just a hack journalist. They're not a journalist. They're a hack. Okay, they shouldn't. So when you hear anybody that obviously is telling a lie, you do it. The most dangerous person alive is an honest person. Okay, you got to be careful. The honest people do not tell you the right story. They tell you what the advertisers don't want you to know. Okay, so get on my biohacking channel and find this link, or I think I have it listed on my main channel as some of my links. Very difficult sometimes to find when you're. I'll show you the. So you're looking for that logo, then you're looking for these links. So I can go here, click on the link, and it'll open up the database. Some of you would be well spent to go to the library at least once a week to read magazines and different things. I mean, if you really want to be cutting edge knowledge, you can't just say, I learn everything on the internet. That's really very it's sad, okay? Because the knowledge is so diverse, and you have people that don't have any footprint on the footprint on the internet at all that are just genius, right? And they don't want to be a celebrity. They just like to do research. Okay, I enjoy making the videos because when I'm telling you something that I'm doing, I solidify my thinking and I take this nebulous sort of amorphous type subconscious mind and I put it into a congruent, consistent, articulate way. And the more articulate I am on something, the more I understand something, the dynamic nature of the world. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. Become a Patreon if you would like to communicate with me. If you'd like to come visit me, become a $100 one, and I will someday stop in and say hello. If I really want more Patreons, and I'm going to Israel, there's a GoFundMe link and all my things. So I hope after this week I have $2,200 on my GoFundMe, so I'm doing really good on that. Life is good, and I'm here, and you're not. Why not? Like my new haircut, I just got it cut today.